Hey, what's up, guys? Just want to give you guys a quick update on some of the things that Madison and I have been praying through and thinking through when it comes to high school ministry for the fall going forward. We spent the last couple months getting feedback from some of you guys as leaders, some of our students, some of our parents, and just general staff observation. And what we've realized is that the method of ministry we are running in high school works best for the high school ministry that we had 2 years ago. So if you've been with us for a little while, the type of high schoolers we have in our ministry has changed. Um, Over the last couple of years, we have over doubled in size. We used to run about 60 to 65 on a Sunday night. And now we are, in the fall, we were around 115 to 120, depending on the night. Um, and so not only have we gotten larger and that's affected what we do, but also the type of student coming into our ministry has changed as well. So we used to be very heavily private school, homeschool, growing up in Summit Kids. Those students are still there. Those students just started inviting their friends. And so now people who have never been to church before are coming into our student ministry. The majority of our baptisms the last year have been students that are the first Christian in their family. And so we're all kind of lumping them together in the same program. And both of those kids need different things. And so the conclusion that we've kind of came with is twofold. One, I don't think we're doing a good enough job equipping students. I think we tell a great job telling them what to do, not equipping them to actually go and do it. And when we look at Ephesians 4, our job as staff is not to do the ministry, but to equip students, to equip you guys for the work of the ministry. So number one, we need to grow in equipping our students better. And number two, this kind of both and ministry that we've been running, trying to simultaneously deeply disciple and reach the same people in the same program is not working as well as it probably did 2, 3, 4 years ago. And so we've prayerfully thought through some changes, and we'd love to let you guys know what that looks like for the fall. Before we kind of get into Sunday nights, two things that we're really trying to grow in when it comes to equip is what we're calling equip pathways and a senior retreat. So Equip Pathways is either a once or twice a semester class that will run for 2 to 3 weeks at a time on Sunday morning in the annex during the 11:30 service. Any high schooler can sign up for this. And the goal of Equip is just to help them take a next step in their faith. So for a student that is already convinced they need to share their faith but doesn't know where to start, an Equip is the place for them. A student that's already convinced that they need to read their Bible but doesn't know where to start, an Equip is the place for them. We're not trying to convince students who aren't convinced about those things. We're trying to help students who just don't know where to start or don't know how to take the next step. We really, really, really want to help students grow in their knowledge of the Word and how to read it on their own, and sharing their faith. And especially when we realize that the type of student that's coming into our ministry on Sunday night has changed. A lot of that equipping is probably not best put on Sunday night when we have a lot of students that are not believers there. So those are going to happen on Sunday morning. The second equip pathway is what we're going to talk about is senior retreat. If you guys remember, we had a weekender 2 years ago where we partnered with a collab church. This is kind of a rebrand, refresh of that with a little bit different vision. And so one of the things that Madison and I have realized is that we really want to help set up our seniors for the next transition of their life. And so one of the ways we're going to do that is this fall, November 6th through 8th, we're taking all of our seniors on a trip to Wilmington. We're going to stay there for a couple of nights. We're going to partner with King's Church, which is one of our Summit Collab churches, and we're going to have former students of ours that are at UNCW come in, hang out with our current seniors, talk to them about things like how do you discern God's will for your life? How do you make friends post high school? All of these questions that are literally wash, rinse, repeat every single year with seniors. We're going to take some time to intentionally disciple our seniors into what is next for them. So we're pretty excited about that. So that's November 6th through 8th. That's the Equip Pathways. And then that's the senior retreat as well. ESP will also continue to be in there. Now to get to Sunday nights. One of the biggest changes that is coming to Sunday night is that Sunday night will no longer be from 6 to 8. it will be from 6 to 7:30. This is primarily to keep 2 hours can be a long time. It can be overwhelming for a lot of students. And so we're going to shorten it a little bit. Our goal on Sunday night, we've gone back and forth of, do we separate weekly and small groups? Do we put weekly on a Wednesday night and small groups on Sunday night? Do we put small groups during the week and weekly on a Sunday night? And for a lot of different reasons, logistically, neither one of those options work. So right now, at this point in time, we are going to continue to do both of those things on Sunday night. But instead of separating the programs, our program should work like a funnel instead of doing two competing things. So they'll still have 10 minutes of hangout on the front end. After that, there will be 45 minutes of large group time. Our Sunday night will begin to lean a little bit more large group heavy. Now, here's what I mean by that. I mean that the majority of students coming in, we want to make the gospel explicitly clear to them and give them an opportunity to respond. And so there will be worship every single Sunday night. And there will be a short 20-minute message every single Sunday night. Sometimes there will be a student sharing a testimony, but there will always be a 20-minute teaching section that automatically connects to small group. Everything we do in small group will be a funnel out of what we do in large group. So let's say even for the summer, right now we're going through a series, Does God Really Love Me? In the large group, we're going to be answering a large question, Does God really love me? That's the first funnel. The second funnel is we're going to go a little bit deeper. Small group will be for 30 minutes, and it will simply be small group discussion. It's very similar to summer camp. We are going to discuss the passage that we just talked about in large group. We're going to have a couple of questions funneled out. There'll still be curriculum. There'll still be all those things. But it will give a time for students to process and to talk through what we just talked about in our large group time. For some of your groups, that is a huge answer to prayer. For others of your groups, that probably feels super restrictive. For the majority of our students, 30 minutes probably fits them better. Even if your students at the end of the 30 minutes are wanting an extra 30 minutes, that's completely okay. The goal of student ministry is not to fit everything into one night, but to stack nights on top of one another. And if we try to fit everything that we've been trying to do in small group with prayer and community time and hangout time and discussion time, if we're trying to fit an hour's worth of content into 30 minutes, it's not going to work. So this really is 30 minutes of discussion time and hangout time. Let's open up the Bible and talk about what God has to say. The third level of that, so that's kind of the next step in. After that is we want to help create some more organic avenues for students to go deeper if they want. So this is more, think iron sharpens iron. Madison is developing a tool right now, really to help students identify who are the 3 to 5 students around them that they can be honest, accountable, and really share things with. And to give them a tool that's replicable, that they can meet up after weekly, before weekly, they can meet up during the week, they can do whatever they want. But for the students that want to go deeper, that really want to grow in discipleship, there will be a tangible tool that will be handed to them, that they will be able to do that as well. And so our Sunday night should funnel from the large group, large question. We're going to take it a step deeper in small group. And for those that really, really, really want to grow, we will have the tool that Madison is working on, along with the equip pathways to help students grow and mature in their walk with the Lord. We felt like this was the best decision because one, it keeps small groups on Sunday night, which is by far the time that worked for the most amount of leaders. And it keeps you guys with a strong influence in your students' life. Part of our hesitation of completely separating weekly and small groups is that there would be students that went to weekly that would never have a connection with a small group leader. And so even though it is 30 minutes, your voice matters. You get to continue to pour into your students, and the students that you've been discipling are not split between 2 different places. So we think this model actually will be able to replicate discipleship better and be able to meet the majority of our students where they are currently at and help them take a tangible step next forward. Love you guys. Thank you for the rant. We will talk about this more in August when we come back from summer camp with launch weekend on the 23rd. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in Madison.